Hi, my little scorpions. Welcome to your reading. Today's tarot message is all about what we as the collective are being encouraged to do at this time to bring in our biggest dreams and to achieve our goals. This message is for the collective who is in the middle of attempting to climb a mountain, attempting to achieve a certain feat. And for you, it does feel like a feat. It feels like it is larger than life. It's something that you, in your wildest dreams, you hope would come true. But I think the key here is that this collective is starting to feel like this really is attainable, and you are starting to see elements of success peeking through that are helping to give you that faith and strength you need to keep going forward. So the goal with today's messages is to provide you with the information from your spiritual team that you need to know to continue acting in this energy and seeing success, and your guidance for how to navigate the elements of this that have not always been pretty and that won't always be pretty, effortless. Good things take work, and this is not a message meant to deter you from the work that it takes to achieve your goal, but to boost your energy, to motivate and inspire you to keep going. That is the biggest thing. So I want to get into your oracle cards. This flipped over, so I am going to pull that expansion. That is very relevant to the opening energies of today's reading. We'll get more into that, but I do see you receiving a big reward, and that reward has to do with how open and worthy you feel of nurturing and being responsible with this energy, being responsible with this dream, handling that energy carefully and doing good with it, especially as well. It's like you are passing the test of what you're doing is going to or is bringing good to the world, and it is also feeding back into you and nurturing you. In the past, it may have caused you to do the opposite of expand, to kind of shrink behind that pressure, shrink behind the stress, and you kind of have lost yourself in the process before. But not this time. You are expanding, and it is a beautiful thing. I'm also getting the Empress energy, so some of you may resonate with that tarot message. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But the Emperor, no, I meant to say the Empress, but the Emperor could be an aspect of that as well. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to keep going with what I was just speaking on, but I did have a card fly out, so I paused for a moment on that message to grab this. We have Soulmate. Now I will gather this message with what I was speaking on previously here. Okay, so with the Emperor and Empress, I want to bring that up. My tongue slipped. I said Emperor the second time. I meant Empress. We have the energy of the womb here, the same imagery as the Empress card. She has the world in her womb here. She is growing it, and she is literally expanding with it, but spiritually expanding especially. Okay. Sidetrack there. Okay. So Emperor and Empress energy. I keep coming back to this. I really feel like there's a point here that I need to connect, and especially with the Soulmate card. So give me just a moment to kind of tie that connection together here. Yeah, I'm getting this idea of like triple threat is what came to mind. I was thinking of 3 E's, expansion, Emperor, Empress, and then triple threat came to mind. So it does feel like for some of you, you have a team helping you with this. You have a strong support system. You have a partner, a romantic partner. You have a business partner. You have a super close friend. You have some kind of mentor, guide, friend, relationship that is helping you succeed in one way or another. Either they are teaming up with you to complete this work together, to complete tasks together, or you are teaming up in other elements of life so to make this journey for you easier. This person makes your life easier. They are helping you to reach this goal more effortlessly and with less stress. The other aspect of that message, it could be that you triple threat in the sense that you are attacking multiple things at once. Like there are moving parts that have to go in order for one thing to be pushed along. You cannot stop the motion of other things to wait for this dream to work for you. So some of you are juggling multiple responsibilities, multiple projects, or testing out multiple ideas at one time. These could have nothing to do with one another, or they could all be related to what you're working on, like you're trying different strategies, seeing what works. You're really being strategic with it, and that is probably what I was picking up on with the Emperor coming up. The Emperor is strategic, he is planned, he is ready to establish roots wherever he pleases, really is what's coming to mind here. So with strategy, you are going to find the thing that works, you're going to find the solution, and that doesn't mean that is always going to be the thing that works and have longevity forever and always be the way it was. There will be natural ebbs and flows. Different seasons of life may bring different, a need for different strategies. So you're finding something that works, but you need to keep a level head in the sense of recognizing that if you do start to see things kind of decrease in how fast they're moving, or how much is coming back to you with what you're putting out, not to get discouraged and to know that it is natural and fated for you to need to kind of be flexible if you want this to be something that you continue to bring life to forever. I thought of an example related to like gardening. I don't know much about gardening, but it just makes me think of an example of that being that you're finding a plant is dying. What are you going to do to bring life back to that plant? Or are you just going to throw it away? Like, are you going to move the plot to somewhere it has better sunlight or better nutrients in the soil, or it's hidden or kept away from predators or animals who are coming in to destroy the crop, whatever it is? Like, do you want to give up on it or not? If you don't, you're going to nurture it. Like a mother is not going to give up on their child. They can't just choose to stop the process of what is happening here with that growth. You are not going to give up on this thing if it is something that you really care about seeing success with long term. I'm going to pull an archetype deck card next. We'll continue to get energy for this reading. You'll know, I think by now, if this reading is meant for you. If you're not resonating with these opening energies, this might not be the reading for you. And I would encourage you to subscribe and stay tuned for future readings that you may resonate better with. Okay, so your archetype card is the Mystic. You're getting the third eye in this one. You're getting the third eye in Soulmate. Mysticism is an ability to tap into the energies of what is happening around you, to have intuitive feelings toward what speaks to you. You are able to view things in a different lens and through a different language than other people who do not engage with spirituality in a sense can. Like, you are part of a collective. There's a reason you are here with this reading, because you are tapped in at this time. Your intuition is correct. You are on to something with how you've been feeling about the progression of this season of life and what you're working on. So I think for many of you, this is confirmation that your intuition is correct. A sign recently for you could have been moths or butterflies as well. And it's something you should look out for, is when you're working on what you're working on and you feel that kind of inner warmth from it, you feel that satisfaction, you feel like an ember inside of you, you feel like this thing has a life force, it's not something you're going to give up on. So your intuition is picking up on that correctly. This is something viable for success long term. It's a good seed, and if you plant it and take care of it and respond to what it's telling you through its own language, what it's communicating back to you and what you might need to change to continue nurturing it, that is how you will achieve success in this area. I wanted to pull this card out here. So this is the Harp with Great Happiness. I'm also going to just plug in my camera right now before it dies, so don't mind a little bit of motion and shaking here. Okay. You know what, we'll probably just cut this out, right? Maybe. You guys let me know if I cut it out or not. Okay. So the Harp with Great Happiness. Another super positive sign that this is something that is going to bring great success and happiness into your life. Like, again, that inner glow, that inner smile. In yoga, they say to practice like an inner smile when you're in certain poses. And it just means like smile internally, feel good, allow yourself to feel that way. Allow yourself to sit in that energy without your mind drifting, without worrying about anything else. Definitely, for some of you, meditation is a big part of what allows you to feel good enough to do this and feel tapped in enough, feel intuitive enough to do this and to trust yourself as well. What else do we have here for Tea Leaf Oracle cards? We have the Knot with Unsuccessful Plans. And let's pull one more to clarify and add to the energy of that. So what do we need to know here about unsuccessful plans? Okay, we have 2, 3, put these over here. Where did that one? Flipped over in the deck. Let me hunt it down. All right. The first one here that came out was the Spear, Heartache over what you no longer have. Okay. And we have Pin with New Job and Career. And lastly here we have Tortoise, Slowly but surely getting ahead. Okay, so there's a message here about kind of more focusing on like the harsh reality of what a journey like this can entail. So realism and being realistic about what you need to do, even if it's not what you want to do. Yeah, like really just like focusing on the things that are not ideal right now, but at the end of the day, we can't be all intuition, we can't be all spiritual feeling and all of this constantly in meditative state. We need to be able to open our eyes to the reality around us. And that's not to discourage you from practices like visualization or manifestation and things like that that help you to call in what you want into your life at a faster rate. It's not to deter you from that or tell you that that's wrong. It's to tell you that we have to build from the bottom up sometimes, and we have to climb a mountain, and we need different tools to do that. We can't just rely on our willpower and say, well, I really want this. I feel like I'm going to do it, so I'm just going to go. I don't need much equipment. I don't need supplies. I'm good. I'm just going to go do it because I already know that I can do it and I can achieve success. Yes, you know you can do it intuitively. You know that you will reach that peak and have success. But you're human and you need tools to help you get there. And sometimes we are confined by our 3D reality and the reality of things in which we need to be responsible for our bills and our place we live and our family and our relationships. And so we're not letting that fall to the wayside and just laser focus in on what we want. We're not going to let what's happening around us become irrelevant or become like distanced from it. Like, this message here is encouraging you to kind of have one foot in. Okay, yeah, so what I was saying, it's advised for you to have one foot in the present and kind of one foot in the future at this time. On the note of like manifestation, like strategies that can help you feel like you're aligning with that future self you want to be, but also recognizing what you need to do right now to encourage that you are able to continue pursuing this dream or something that is like maybe not as traditional. And so it requires that you get support elsewhere. In the process of getting to a point where maybe this is something that eliminates the need to worry about all of those things as it grows and continues to see success in the future. Okay, so we have a few more cards here to pull, and then I will do some clarifying messages with tarot, and we'll finish up the reading with a few final messages of spiritual guidance for the collective. Okay, so here we have assertion, and I want to clarify that message with one more card here. Yeah, I think a lot of you are facing your fears in this time too. And we have bluff. Yeah, like you are like almost like faking it till you make it. You do have the foundational skills and knowledge and everything you need to be successful with this, but everyone starts somewhere. And so you are learning to assert yourself against these fears, against the challenges that come with it, with maybe feeling like you're putting yourself on blast or you're exposing yourself to a lot of people. You're doing things that people might judge or think are too different to be like something that they respect. Like, unfortunately, I think there are some people in your life who are going to push back against what you're doing. And so you're going to be learning to take all of that with a grain of salt and to only internalize what makes sense and what you feel like is truly like good advice, constructive criticism. Like, you're not going to be so naive that you will like dismiss any kind of criticism or advice, but you're also not going to let people make you feel guilty for doing something different, doing something a little out of the box or unconventional. And maybe I think some of you need to know that those people are jealous. They are not on the same like realm and energy as you are. And that's why I'm so glad you were here and able to connect with the collective. Okay, so we are going to pull one more oracle card and then we'll jump into some tarot. So let's get that final message of opening energy for the collective. All right. So we have here purity. So this message is speaking of the need to act authentically in what you're doing. Really, also with the what I had said about like trial and error and kind of having to make adjustments continually, you are going to be asked to continuously purify and kind of cleanse the energy around this so it doesn't get too stagnant, old. You won't get like sick of it or bored of it. You're going to need to kind of shake it up and to do the things that will bring life into it continuously. Like if you think of like businesses that have thrived across years and decades, have they stayed the same the whole time, or have they evolved in response to kind of what the people want, what works, and what is true to the creator and like face behind the business? Yeah, so you are being encouraged to do things that feel aligned with what you like and enjoy, the vision you see for it, and to not kind of feel pressured to just do what you feel like everyone else is doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some tarot messages for the collective regarding this situation. What else do they need to know? Let's get 4 tarot cards. I have one here. So we have the 6 of Wands, amazing positive message. So, like guaranteed success, like we had mentioned in the beginning, you are going to see great achievement from this. You will have many opportunities to celebrate and be celebrated. You will develop a great community surrounding this too, and receive a lot of abundance through that. The Ace of Wands and the Strength card. And a lot of creative inspiration that will kind of fuel you to want to do more. Like you won't be... We've talked so much about how you're going to need to kind of like shift and shape this thing to continue to promote success. But I think that the message I was just getting here with the Strength card, like, yeah, you're going to need to continuously be a beginner, to love being a beginner, fall in love with being a beginner, because that's going to be the position you're going to find yourself in often. When your dreams are big and out of the box, get comfortable with being a beginner. Get comfortable with asking for help. Get comfortable with trying to brainstorm new creative solutions. The Page of Wands, yes, that is the energy that you're in. You're in an energy of learning and accepting new information and being curious no matter what, if that is what will benefit your success in this endeavor. So the Page of Wands is you kind of looking forward and knowing that you have a ways to go, but you are also lucky to be where you're at because you get to enjoy the journey. What a great message for you guys today. I am so happy to have been able to deliver this to you. I am certainly resonating with it. And if you made it this far, you are part of a very special collective. And thanks for joining me. I hope you will consider subscribing, liking, commenting if you feel like it. And I'm here, on a similar path and taking these messages where it resonates for me as well. So final guidance with the Unicorn Oracle deck here, please. Spirit, what do we need to know? Okay. So we have polarity. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. I think that is a perfect message. I really think that is the crux of the message we have been touching on today. You're gonna get used to kind of, you wouldn't want things to be perfect from the start. You wouldn't want things to be 100% effortless. It's really not fun that way, and it's not valuable that way. Like, I truly believe that personally, and from a spiritual sense, I mean, obviously polarity is a big thing in spirituality, and if you're in that world, you may have an understanding of like how that has shown up in your life and your experience. And I think a lot of you can say, hey, if I didn't go through that, or if I didn't have to have that shitty situation that wasn't ideal, I wouldn't have made it here. I wouldn't have been able to celebrate with so much joy. You know, we can't always be up, but we can choose to frame our mindset differently around what we're going through at any given moment. And here's another message to confirm that. We have love coming out, and so we need to frame every moment in a positive light and, you know, learn to accept more abundance into your life, learn to kind of working on limiting beliefs that are preventing you from feeling like certain things are possible for you or you are deserving of those things. So tomatoes, that is also giving me a message of abundance. This little imagery on here says love potion, and it is the suit of it's water signs energy, and just the energy of the element of water in general. So just bringing a flow to how you're moving, enjoying every step, enjoying every leg of the journey, and doing it with love, acting with love, loving others, loving your community. You know, why not just wrap up this message with a wholesome encouragement to go out there and love others, love yourself, and watch how that comes back to you and blesses your own life infinitely. So I hope you enjoyed this message. If you resonated, again, like, comment, subscribe, do all of those things if you feel like it. I certainly appreciate it. I love connecting with everyone who watches these videos. So let me know you were here. Let me know what resonated, where you have been at with this journey. I would love to know it, and I hope to see you in the next reading. I hope you have a wonderful day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one.